guys, Diane Adkins, your violin teacher here, and today I want to give you 6 things that are the weird things that the left hand sometimes does. So here we go. The first thing, and this is a collection of weird things that the left hand has done for some of my students and some things that I see other people online doing. So be careful. One is when you play third finger, sometimes when we have the feeling of pulling downwards, and that's good, but we don't want to let the pinky extend down here like this when we're playing third finger. And I see that a lot. That's number 1, fourth finger going under the fingerboard. Number 2 is letting the pinky do this, kind of curling up like he's a little afraid and not staying over the fingerboard. And these usually happen when you're playing third finger. That sort of does that. So you want to watch for that. Another thing that this involves fourth finger is that sometimes you'll see the 4 going on the string. This is the third thing, in a collapsed position. So we don't want the back of the hand is naturally weak. So we want to really force the hand a little closer, a little more pronation, and then you can get a nice pinky, rounded pinky shape. So just really never let that happen. I used to have that problem in just a couple weeks of determined good positioning. You will conquer that problem. This is a really strange one that I saw one of my students do recently, and that is playing the fingers, and then when you're playing the 4, the third finger kind of comes away like this. See, it kind of curls up. It might also be happening with the second finger. So keep the fingertips over the fingerboard no matter what finger is playing, and especially 4, don't let 3 curl up. Some of these weird things happen because of fourth finger and trying to get more strength into the back of the hand. So just practice trill work like this, do it on all strings, and try to get that pinky in a good shape and stronger. Okay, number 5. Let's see, shifting when. Okay, so this happens again with fourth finger. Let's say you have a piece in which you need to extend. Outside of the normal fourth finger position. And quite often you'll have to do that with fourth finger, where you extend a half step beyond the normal position of 4. So I see a lot of times that a student will shift the whole hand, and that will spell trouble. Another example of shifting when you don't need to is when you have to play, say, a low 1 on a finger. So I've seen, now I can't really do it much. Let me turn you this way. But if you need to extend to play a B flat or an F natural, I'll just hold my fingers down here so you can see. The finger should curl up like this. It shouldn't shift the whole hand down. And back to the 4, shifting, extending, and shifting. If you do that, you change the whole setup and will cause the other fingers to go out of tune. So watch for that. That was number 5. Okay, and the last one is a real common thing that I see for people who have short pinkies, and that is where you collapse 3 to play 4. So never let your fingers collapse like this. Keep them square. And I like to tell my beginning students, sorry for the shaky, that there are sort of like tables right here. Nice flat. This one's a little downward pointing. This one should be square all the times. And so check and make sure that your third finger isn't collapsing so that you can reach fourth finger. All right, that's 6 things that the left hand does, weird things that the left hand will do sometimes. So be on guard for those things.